Welcome back to the Forward Moves podcast, a place where we talk about all things business branding and operations for fitness businesses. I'm Ash.
And I'm your co-host, Keira. And today we are going to be diving into training app updates, things that are new and a new app that has surfaced lately.
Yeah, we have a couple operational apps too.
Yeah, true. Yes, actually.
We want to make this a common series because there's lots of updates happening at the moment.
So many. I feel like all the apps are bringing out new things just constantly. It's almost like hard to stay on top of in a way. But So
I feel like as well we're going to have to do these episodes every couple of weeks because we film a month in advance, and then by the time the month comes there's 50 new updates.
These are going to be old news. So we will try and make sure that we update as much as we can, but I'm just pulling out my phone so I can get all the notes that I've made, because we have a shared note document actually for any podcast notes that we add into for each other to be able to see. So anytime that we see anything, we just jot them down so the other person can see as well. But actually having a shared notes app is actually so handy.
I love it. James and I have so many shared notes apps.
Really?
Yeah, I think I told you it's such a good idea. We're coffee snobs. We love coffee.
Oh, yeah.
I'm scared to move to Brisbane.
Why? We have good coffee.
Yeah, but Newcastle coffee is top tier. But we have a shared notes app for restaurants, coffee shops and cafes, and we rate them.
I love that.
And every time we go to one, we rate it, and it's so good.
Yeah,
and then when you're scrolling for dinner, you're just oh, this one. Yeah. Top tip. First app off the rank though is Newie.
We love Newie. We're big fans of Newie, if you didn't know that already. But they are in their beta testing phase for Zapier integration, which is really exciting. So that means that there will be the capabilities of automating from getting Newie purchases, subscription purchases, and then being able to talk to different apps, potentially your training apps, all of that sort of thing, adding them in, all that sort of stuff. So that is going to be really exciting once they have finalized that.
We've got access to it, but we just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of a play around with it, but we just haven't finalized.
I'm pretty sure they need to activate it in order for it to be used. But at the moment, if you use Newie, one of the limitations is once someone pays, there's no automation.
Yeah,
which is really, really minor considering how easy it is to use for payment management.
Yeah.
So that's exciting that they're integrating it. And I'm pretty sure the integration won't be limited. Sometimes when companies bring in Zaps, because it's really simple. It's purchase and that's it. It's basically Stripe.
Yeah. And I was actually really impressed with how many options that they have capable for the data to read through Newie. So some platforms that get Zapier integration, like Squarespace, right? The only thing you can read off Squarespace through Zapier is forms. That's it. You can't read anything else through it. And there's a limitation on the filtering of it and stuff like that. So when I was looking at Newie's Zapier integrations, the options to choose from what happens to what then automates from that, there's so many choices. So I think it's going to be really, really good and really helpful.
Yeah, and all the new listeners here, we know it's Zapier, but we just say Zapier.
Well, nobody's actually confirmed that it's Zapier.
I feel like, people will listen and be they don't know what it's called. No, we know it's Zapier, but it's Zapier.
I've always called it Zapier, and then when I thought about it a little bit more, that I was Zaps.
Makes
Zapier.
Sense. Well, Ben calls it Zapier, and he's a pro Zapper.
Okay, all right. That does kind of.
We're going to get Ben on the podcast too, actually.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
He's
Ben's
our tech guru.
Yeah.
We just made it tech man at the same time. Also with Newie, this is a little bit I feel like it's low-key kind of rude, but they're going to have a desktop version available for Macs only.
Oh, I'm excited because I have a Mac.
Happy about, but I have a Windows. So
well, I feel like everyone has a Mac these days.
Okay, must be nice.
Feels like nobody wants to work these days. They've got a Mac version coming. They said it's coming within the next 12 months. Really good for businesses like us. I swear, as soon as I pick up my phone, I fall into a hole and I just cannot put it down, and then it ruins my productivity.
Yeah.
So it'll be really good. Plus, as well, I have 2 Newie accounts. So does Lisa.
Yeah.
And we won't have to constantly log out of our accounts, which will be really good. So
Yeah.
we're hoping that we'll get beta access to that as well.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, that'd be really good.
I don't really use it, so
I'm pretty sure you'll download it like an app in the App Store, and then
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but they're not looking at web at the moment. The demand's just not there.
Yeah, which is weird to me.
I get it. I get it, but I'm a computer girl through and through. I hate doing stuff on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like in my head, the demand would be there because like seeing payments and managing them, I would think is like a computer task.
Yeah.
You know how like there's a thing going around at the moment that like things are computer tasks and things are phone tasks.
There's a lot of you were telling me this. It's like big purchases.
Big purchases have to be on a computer.
I have to online shop on a computer.
Me too.
I can't do it on my phone.
Yeah. I have to do it on a computer. I literally like I copy like I find it on my phone and then I go like copy browser URL and then I like search it on my computer.
It just doesn't satisfy me when I do it on my phone.
No, especially clothes shopping. I do like to do it on a computer. I feel like you can see more in one view, and especially big flights have to be. Apparently, this is a millennial thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud to be one.
Yeah.
Because with my booking history, I need a computer.
Yeah.
I always book everything wrong, guys.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Mac version's coming, which really excited for. I honestly cannot wait. And Newie has activated their fees for signups.
Yeah, so you can do an onboarding fee with the ongoing subscription all in the one.
Oh, that's right. I know this. Why I'm like, oh.
I
was like, what? No.
Yeah, so you can send somebody a link and instead of having to send them one for their onboarding fee and then getting them to sign up to their subscription, now it can take an onboarding fee and set them up for their subscription all in the one go, which is so handy.
Yeah, that was a big problem with our
because some of the internal training apps don't do that either. So if you're doing your payments through your training app, you can't really set that up either. So it mitigates that problem.
Do you feel like with training apps, do you reckon they limit their zaps because they want people to use the payment system through the app because they get a cut of it? Like, maybe. You know how Everfit is really limited on the zaps that you can do?
Yeah.
Like, for example, if someone paid on Newie and ideally it would activate a customer in Everfit, do you reckon they limit it so you put all your business through Everfit?
Probably. Yeah. That's
always thought about that, and like that's probably why they don't make their payments better.
True.
Because they just want it to be.
They want you to use the payments and packages in the app.
Because when it comes to tech, it's like time on app. That's like if you were looking to sell, or like that's what investors look at. So
yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I will say though, like the payment through Everfit though is limited because it's only Stripe Express. So, and then you've also got to pay to use Zapier. So why wouldn't they make it a little bit easier to use Zapier if you're already paying for it? And Stripe Express, even more of a nightmare.
I think this has happened to a couple people, but if you have like Stripe connected to your Xero, remember I was like, Keira, did you start a separate portal? It just started like a different, what are they called? Dashboards. Like when you connect a platform, they have different dashboards.
Yeah, it's got like a connected extra profile.
Why do we have a Xero dashboard? I was so confused, but they just updated it and didn't tell us. But I do know that Stripe have reduced their fees.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, they reduced their fees. I don't know what it was to, but I think they went down from 2.9 to like 2.5.
Oh, okay.
But if you go through an external, I don't know. I don't know. But you're always going to have fees, guys. I feel like lots of chat around fees, but always going to have fees. You can't get around them.
Yep.
Yes. Next one, Everfit. Everfit's making moves.
Everfit, we have a few updates from Everfit actually, which is exciting. I think everybody knows about their meal planner that they built out. Which is really good, but it definitely needs work.
I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan of it like at all.
I don't like how you have to add each ingredient has to be a meal.
Yeah, it has to be a recipe. And also you have to like make the recipe, put all the stuff in, and then you put the total macros of that entire recipe. And when you add in your own food, you can't add in your macros for that food, which I thought was really weird. Like that's so odd to me, like as if you wouldn't be adding in the macros for that particular food that you're adding in and you can only add it in as a whole recipe. Yeah. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Is in the beta phase though.
Yeah, it is. But like they shouldn't have push. And I actually was reading a lot of the feedback in the Facebook group and on the
I
Canny
know.
page.
We got added in the other day and Keira and I were like, ooh.
And everybody was like, well, they didn't listen to a lot of the
Yeah.
feedback that we had and they just pushed it out anyway. So it's like, I feel like they pushed it out too quick from the beta phase to the publish phase because people wanted it, but it's not what people want. And then everybody was actually really upset about it being another add-on.
Yeah, that's true. And I actually, I love getting added to a training app Facebook group because you learn about the app so quickly.
Yeah, like we learn more and we
love
understand it more and we understand the client's needs more too.
And we're in a lot of groups. Like I've got access to a lot of them. But I saw something around why do we need to pay for automations when they're the backbone of the business? And I was like, that's fair. That's so fair.
And I've said it before that one of my downsides to Everfit is the price and everything being a separate add-on. And it's good if you're not using some parts of the app and you only want to use some parts of it. But like most parts are becoming a need to use all of it because you're wanting your business set up as best as it can be. But it's getting to the point where like it's getting too expensive to run, especially if you're starting out and you want to start out right. Yeah. Then I think it's a bit rough to be honest.
I think like that enterprise level is when it gets a little bit easier on you. But yeah, just their tech stack.
The meal plan is definitely not there yet. And also once you make a food, so like say I added an apple for 150 grams, when I put that in a recipe, I can't edit the amount of grams. Like it's only as that food that you've made.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Don't like that.
Lots of our business move customers have gotten Miraz to put foods in, just like putting so much food in. But I think like it should have come with the Australian database. Like if you're going to launch a meal planner, attach a database. But again, we don't know anything about licensing.
They do have like a good database of food in it already.
Yeah, but is it an American or an Australian one?
Oh, actually, I don't.
Because like they're different databases. America, nutrition laws are different.
Yeah.
Like they're much easier to access than ours. Apparently ours are very expensive, which what a surprise. Australia is so expensive.
Us over here on our little island being expensive as ever.
That's another thing with training app prices. They're always going to be in USD.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the other things with Everfit though, bonus things that have come. So they now have sleep and heart tracking capabilities through your health data app. So it will read your sleep that's come through. So like say you wear your watch to sleep and it tracks like how many hours that you've had and your heart tracking like
How should Apple Watch do that?
Apple Watch does that, yeah. You can do it, like you have to actually like
activate
I think the new ones do it automatically. But also I used to have to charge my Apple Watch every single night.
I was going to say it doesn't make any sense because Apple doesn't last.
But now that I have my Garmin and I'm a Garmin girly now.
I know, it gives me the ick.
No way. I love my Garmin now. Like I'm obsessed getting that sleep score every day. It's the first thing I read. It's like my newsletter in the morning. I'm like, how did I sleep?
I want to get a whip.
A whoop. And a whoop.
And a whoop.
So that's pretty cool.
I don't like tracking my steps at the moment, so a whoop would be the best option.
So that's cool because I love tracking sleep. I love sleep data. Yep. I love to know how long I spent in deep, how long I spent in REM, like all of it. So it's actually really cool to see like your hours come across into the app.
I'd hate to see mine.
It'd just be horrible.
I'd hate to see mine.
They did also add in the capabilities for polls in your community forum, which is cool. And clients can also add in their own poll answers. They can vote to multiple. You can do all little different settings to the polls in the community group too. Yep. It's brand new. Brand new.
I'm having a look now. I did not know this.
Only if your coach has made a poll in the community group.
Oh.
Yeah. And
so
you can like
I can't post a poll.
No. But you can add like your own answer to a poll and stuff like that when it's been made. And you can schedule them, everything like that you can normally do in the app.
I love that you can send GIFs.
Yeah, you can reply with GIFs in
love
Everfit.
the GIFs.
Yeah. So that's new. And then also they are in beta testing for AI technology to come in to help with programming, which is cool, which literally you will write in text like 5 sets barbell hip thrust at 12 reps or whatever it is. And then you'll type it all out and then it will put all of the exercises into the program for you. So, which is really cool. So they're in beta testing for that, which would really cut down time of like finding the exercise, dragging it in, putting in the information, finding the next one, adding it in.
AI is crazy, hey?
Bro.
And I think,
bro, it's crazy.
Like you were talking about it this morning around how you were like, create me like a XXX program.
Yeah.
I don't reckon it'll be utilized that much. I think it'll more be utilized around here's the program, can you upload it for me?
Yeah. On it, no, but like in saying that, I think it'll be utilized to get the skeleton of a program created and then editing it from there to suit your particular programming needs. Like it's never going to do exactly unless you give it super detailed prompts, but then it's like you may as well spend the time creating it.
How do you think AI is going to change the industry?
Oh, I think it'll just like help, but I don't think it's going to like take over or anything or like put coaches out of business.
I think it will make it harder. Like it will make it harder for the noise in the market. But
what do you mean by noise in the market?
I think like obviously it's going to be a lot easier to do things. Easier for, you know, easier for saturation. And like you'll have to work really hard to show that you can relationship build with your clients.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But I think in a way it will also be really helpful.
Yeah, definitely for time management and being able to help more people. But I think like I almost get the ick when ads come up that'll be like, stop spending this much time on your clients, blah, blah, blah. And I just got something that does it all for me. And I'm like, if I had a coach that was using something that was doing it all for me, what am I paying you for?
People are still paying for that connection.
Yeah.
Like you can definitely utilize AI to help you in areas that are time consuming, but
to enhance your services.
Yeah. Don't use them in areas that are going to take away from your goals. Like, you know, anyways.
Hard agree.
So that's Everfit. There's got like quite, they're doing like a campaign. It's like 13 updates or something like that. But they have done quite a few updates.
They will have a few coming, I'm sure. But cool. Then we have Trainerize. I don't have too much to update on Trainerize, but they are currently upgrading their exercise library. So I know that everybody has a problem with Trainerize's exercise library. It's old and outdated. And they promoted on their Instagram. It's like these 4 coaches who they've recorded to redo all of their library.
I would love to go to Trainerize HQA and just like, what is their thought process of going, oh, they've been requesting it for 4 years, maybe we should do it. I'd love to see the thought. There's obviously something that's happened.
Yeah, I think so. I think just like so many people have requested that they're like, okay, look, it's a massive task to get done.
Oh my God, I know. Remember when we did it for 150 exercises?
Yeah, it was a lot. But they've even done like full talking. It's the recording, the talking over it, voiceover, everything like that. Yeah, so it's pretty big, and I think they said that you'll just start noticing it in the app. So I don't think there's anything that you have to do. Just make sure it's like updated. But so that's pretty cool, and I think it'll be a lot better because like people hate the in-app exercises at the moment, and it'll help if you haven't done one yourself. And then they do also have shopping lists in there as well, but I think that wasn't like a super recent one, but like from the meal plans, your clients can create shopping lists in the app as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But don't you have to pay extra for the nutrition though?
Yeah, for the master nutrition side of things, you do have to pay for it, but I think it's included if you have the highest package as well. So once you get up to like their top tier, it's included in it, I'm pretty certain, but don't hold me against it if it isn't.
Fair.
But yeah, so that's kind of like Trainerize updates. Not too much there. If they one day put out forms and resource hub, that'll be it. I actually joined their forum and started like voting on. I've started joining all of the apps forums and posting on polls and creating
Don't worry,
my
guys,
own.
we'll do it for you.
Honestly, guys, I'm working on it on all of the apps. Like I've been posting on forums and upvoting ones that have the upvoting capabilities. Check what app you're on if they do have it, because that will determine what they work on and stuff too. Not to say that like the one with the most votes they will do, because obviously there's capabilities to what they can do, but it helps them to know what their community needs. And like we've had people say before, like businesses, they're like, I didn't know people wanted this. Nobody told us. So make sure if you do really want something, you're telling the company that you want it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. And then we have a few updates that happen with my strength book. What?
Sorry, I just said absolutely again.
I've
got a complex over it now. Count how many times. Take a shot every time Ash says absolutely.
Jesus. Me saying yeah. Oh, God.
Yep. I say yep a lot. This is the problems with starting a podcast, guys.
I feel like we shouldn't point this out to people.
I know. We're going to start annoying people.
Never mind. Wipe your brain.
Just pretend you didn't listen to that part.
Okay, so My Strength Book actually had a few updates.
They've got a white interface, don't they? Yeah, they've finally turned on the light interface.
I think it's in beta testing. I think some people, you could request it to be a beta for it now. I think they were beta testing it and now people can like choose to trial it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like a button you can click somewhere. Yeah.
I spoke to Ben the other day, Ben Scott, and I asked him about My Strength Book and because they're still using it for business. And apparently Jason went to Bali.
Yeah.
And he was like, bro, it's so quick here. Apparently it's just Australia that really struggles.
It's just Australia.
And he was like, it's as quick as any other app. He was like, it's so quick. He was like, he was so shocked because he was like,
he's moving to Bali.
And it was like, what? Why does everyone hate us so much down here?
I don't know. We're just on an island and it's hard to get things to us.
Honestly.
Anyway. But now they also have, this seems like a little bit basic, but you can label the workouts for clients now, which I know was a big thing. Yeah. So in your workout builder, you can label like upper day or bench day or deadlift day or whatever it is, you can put the workout labels on, which is really good because people love seeing that.
Yeah.
On the push side of things, so if you have subscription with My Strength Book, they now accept Apple and Google Pay instead of just card, which is really handy because that's all it used to be was card details.
Yeah, people don't like putting in their card. If I have to pay with card details, I don't pay.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know where my card is.
Oh, see, I know my card number off by heart.
If it doesn't have Apple Pay, I won't purchase anything.
Yeah, right.
Like it needs to have Apple Pay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind like card payment. I do prefer PayPal over anything if it's like big purchases. But if it's a small purchase,
frustrates me more, and I get pretty frustrated over little things.
You do.
Nothing frustrates me more when I'm going to make a purchase.
And you need to get your physical
and I
card.
need to go get my card.
Well, sure you've got it on your phone. Like, sure it depends what bank you're with. My bank has my card details in the app.
No, mine doesn't. I'm like with St. George. They're like 15 years behind. I need to get my stuff sorted and move. But
CommBank, you can look up your card details in your app.
I'm going to move to CommBank. But there's something that I purchase recurring. I can't remember what it is. And every time I purchase it, I have to go find my debit card. And I'm like,
off it.
Put me on a subscription, like please. Like I get so frustrated because I'm a busy person and I don't want to look for my card because I can't find it because I lose everything.
Well, I just memorize it.
I know the CVVs for both of my cards.
That's 3 numbers. That's not that hard.
Well, I know that, and I know the first four numbers. Yeah,
that's so funny.
Besides that, I don't know anything.
I hate it when I get a new card because I have to learn a new number. Ugh.
But you know what? I'm actually going to give myself brownie points here. I haven't lost my debit card in about 4 years.
What?
I've lost it, but I haven't lost it. Like it's in my house somewhere.
Oh, right. Okay. Gotcha.
But it's not out.
You've just
in the
misplaced
street.
it, but you haven't lost it. Gotcha. And they also have the capabilities on My Strength Book to do weekly and quarterly payment options for push. So it used to only be monthly or yearly, and now you can change it if you want people to be able to sign up like weekly or quarterly.
I always find it funny how everyone thinks we're weird for paying like rent weekly and subscriptions weekly here because everything is monthly because America's monthly.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like, no.
Yeah.
We pay fortnightly.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's pretty good updates for My Strength Book. But that is everything that I have for them.
Fabuloso.
And then we have Kahunas. Which I don't have too much for them either, but they now have a TDE calculator included in their app, which is handy.
That's good.
What?
I'm just looking at our notes, and every time you tick one, it goes to the bottom. I didn't know it does that.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. On your notes app, when you tick something off, it goes to the bottom.
I think you can set it to do one or the other, but I always set it to go to the bottom because I do my food shopping list on my phone, and so when I tick it, it goes to the bottom, so all of the things that I haven't got yet are at the top. So, yeah, you can do that.
Sorry, I'm getting very distracted. Yes,
tick notes in
TDEE.
here.
I just feel like TDEEs are so overdone at this point.
Yeah, but it's the basics.
I know.
Clients are not like Gen Pop
Is it
clients.
in app or out of app?
Yeah, in app. So clients can do the TDE,
Like
the coach.
subscriptions.
No, like the coach can set it up
Oh, so they don't have
and
to
do
use an
the
external
TDE
platform.
calculator in the app.
That's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And you can now set up birthday messages, which
That's good.
wasn't a thing. So automatic birthday messages, like if you've used Trainerize before, they have that.
Yeah.
But not all apps do. And coaches really like it because they're like, I don't want to miss the client's birthday.
Yeah.
And so unless you're setting up an event in like your calendar or a reminder, there wasn't like an automatic thing that went out to
that's
them.
good.
So yeah, that's good.
They just opened up a headquarters in Dubai.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they opened up a massive headquarters over there.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, which is really cool. They're
love to go to
only
Dubai.
like 3 years old.
Yeah, they're pretty young. They're doing a lot for being so
I was
young.
looking at Mark's Instagram the other day. One sec.
Is that Kahuna's owner?
Yeah, his name's Mark Fox, I think.
Mm.
Wait. One second. One second, guys. Hold up. Mark Fox. 3 years.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's pretty new.
Yeah. Zero. Yeah. He's got 0 to 4 million in under 3 years.
Yeah, right. It's actually pretty good. Like when you think about it, the glitches that Kahuna's does have for a 3-year-old app,
Yeah, they're pretty good.
not too bad.
Yeah. I really like it. I need to log back into Kahuna's and suss it out.
It is pretty good. I rate it.
I feel like since you've gotten really into the systems role, I'm kind of just like taking my gas off the pedal on my end.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, look at this app. And you're like, okay, I have to.
Yeah. And then I just tell you all of the good and bad and you're like, oh, okay. But yeah, so that's kind of all of the Kahuna's things I have. So not many on that front. And that's kind of like training app updates.
Yeah.
But we have a new one that we can go over. But do you want me to go into that or do you want to go into the couple of system updates first and then we'll go into...
Yeah, we'll go systems because we'll get stuck on that.
Yeah, I will.
But there is a new meal planning app that we're working with at the moment, actually. We've got a client on Foodzilla.
Yep.
It's actually just a meal planner. So
Yeah, it's just a nutrition-focused app, so no training on it.
apparently the integrations are really good for it.
It's not bad, actually. So you can set up your packages and like an internal Calendly in it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
especially if you're just a nutrition coach.
Yeah, so you can set up all of your calls and you can set it, I think it links to Zoom or you can just do like phone call or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like its own little internal events in like a Calendly.
That's cool.
Which is pretty cool. And then yeah, it's got like all of your nutrition tracking and things like that. So
does it have databases integrated already or do you have to build them out?
Oh, I actually would have to check that.
We'll have to do a bit of an update, but we've only just started. We're only 3 weeks into the build. So
very
we're
new.
really fresh, but we'll give some updates because we know that people are always looking for meal planning sites.
Yep.
Do we know the pricing's here actually? Let me have a look at the pricing for it.
I think
it's
it's not bad.
$44 per month.
Yeah, I don't remember being too bad.
Not bad. So for $44 a month, it says 0 clients. So it's 44 for the base and then you add clients onto it.
Gotcha.
It's got auto-generative recipe photos and directions, auto-detect recipe health tags, food databases and nutrition analysis,
So it does have
dietitian
food databases.
approved and online recipe database, create your own food and recipes, export recipes as PDFs, auto-generate meal plan templates. I wonder if that's put the macros in, it spits out. We'll have to have a look. Create templates for groups of clients, access template library database, drag and drop meal planner, auto-generate grocery list, editable and printable grocery list, export meal plan and PDF branding.
Yeah.
And then the 5 clients a month is 53. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty sure it's a New Zealand based app.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm pretty sure. But I have a question. You know how like all of the apps have .io at the end?
Yeah.
Do they have to have that? I notice all of them do, like HubSpot.io,
Yeah, they do too.
Hooners.io, Everfit.io.
I don't know what that is.
I wonder if it's like a thing that they have to have.
I wonder if it's like an international like URL that they need to have, like domain that they need to have.
Let's Google it.
Oh,
Why do training apps have IO on
.io
and
URL.
I don't know. It's not popping up.
Well,
So that's Foodzilla,
figure it out.
and then there are like a couple of Canva's obviously updated, and everyone kind of knows that it's because it's changed.
Yeah, because it just like looks different.
I actually saw, I was on a client's Canva yesterday, and I saw that I downloaded her PDF, and it goes, because you've got Pro, you saved $1 from downloading it. So I think people with the free version now might have to pay $1 to download, so people just sign up to the subscription. I don't know if that's a thing, but I saw it. It was like, congrats, you saved $1 by having the Pro plan. And I was like,
oh shit,
what?
My God,
That's a big business move to make.
Yeah.
I know that they just made heaps of acquisitions though. So, but there is like a new Canva that's slowly rolling out to everyone.
Oh, like the version of it. Yeah, I think they're like slowly updating bits of it. Because I remember I had to go through and say I wanted to keep the sharing capabilities for a lot of the designs. I went through and selected like so many pages because we share designs to clients, and it was like, do you want to keep the same sharing settings? Otherwise it will revert back to you only and like as template designs. And I was like, oh, and I went through and like saved a whole heap of them going back ages. So
they're changing like template links as well. So they're changing the settings. So just keep an eye out on Canva because it's all changing.
Yeah.
I get lots of questions. So this is why I chuck this in around social media scheduling apps. And to be honest, we use Instagram to schedule all of our posts. It's just easier. I don't know like if it's preferred for Instagram for you to use that. I do notice when we schedule, our engagement isn't that high, but whatever, we're posting. And you can't schedule collabs, but if you are looking for a scheduling app that works really well, Plan is probably my favorite. It's $45 a month, pretty sure. And then Later is also a really popular version for scheduling, but we use the Instagram scheduler. But I get questions like that all the time, so I thought I'd just throw that in.
Pop it in there.
And then another question I get all the time, which is really common at the moment, is around sales calls and how to like deal with them. So this is a tip. This isn't an update, but if you're struggling with the sales calls, create a prospect guide. So for example, if you do a sales call with me for Business Move, I have a guide that I share my screen and I walk you through it. You see everything visually, you see testimonials, things like that. Create that if you can.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you want to explain what a prospect guide is? But yeah, it's like essentially a little PDF document that outlines what you've gone over with them and what the offerings are and the services they can choose from, pricing, all that sort of stuff, so that they can like, if they really aren't getting across the line in the call, you can still send them something for them to look over, especially if there's someone who says like, oh, I need to like check like with my partner or anything like that. Like they might need to, if it's someone they've got like shared income, then they might need to check with someone. They can't answer you straight on the call, but then at least they've got all of the information there afterwards. And then you've got their contact to like go back on. If you haven't heard from them, you've got that email that you've sent them and you can reply back to that again to like check in with them and see how it's going and stuff like that too.
With that, on Calendly, you can activate a follow-up email and you can actually link it in. We're going to give you a tip on how to link PDFs because I swear we do this every single day. If you want to share a PDF with a client and you want to give them a link, let's go through the steps together. First of all, you download it from Canva.
Yeah, as a PDF.
Put it in your Google Drive. You click on it in Google Drive, open Share and click on Share. And it'll open up with that little email tab and says share the address. Ignore that. Go to the bottom of that little pop-up and it says restricted. Click the drop down and save it. Change it to anyone with link. Click save. Then you can copy that link and you can send it to anyone.
Yes, and then it's anyone with the link, and then just make sure it's viewer. Yeah. So anyone with the link, viewer, and then anyone with that link can view and download. They can't make edits and stuff like that. Yeah. So yes, that's how you do that. And you just click copy link, and then that's how you share it.
And then you can put that link into your emails, which brings us to the next section. Something that me and Keira know, but you probably don't, because it's kind of what you guys get. You know, you're like, oh, but don't they know macros? It's like, oh, we're just like, don't they know Gmail? So if you have a Gmail account, which 99% of everyone would, you can actually set up templates with links within that Gmail account. So if you open up your settings and go to advanced settings, scroll down and find templates and turn the toggle on. When you go back to your emails and go create an email, you can create a template with a subject. There's 3 little dots at the bottom of that email. Click on it. It'll say template, save as a template, and that's your template. So when you go to do like a follow-up email, you can click on it and bang, straight through. All you need to do is change the name.
Saving your templates in your drafts
Yeah.
and making copies from your drafts.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to do it that way.
Yeah.
Also, I learnt to hyperlink something in a Gmail email, you can't just like right click it. You have to like highlight it and then a button appears
link
down the bottom that's like a little link, and then you add the link that way if you want to make a word hyperlinked.
And there's a little paperclip and then there's a little link.
Yes.
It's not the paperclip, it's the
like
link.
a little half cut out circle with a little line in the middle. Yeah.
But we know all of these tips. So if you guys want tips like this, let us know. We just don't know if you want to hear them.
Yeah, because like I don't even think that they're
every
tips.
day. Yeah. I showed Maz that in Calendly where you copy the link from the Google Drive and then link it in. She's like, oh my God. And I was like, don't you know this? And she was like, this is not common knowledge, Ash. And I was like, oh, okay.
I know. Some of the things that I tell people, I'm like, oh yeah, just blah, blah, blah. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
another one was like changing the Stripe payout day. And we were like,
yeah.
And it's honestly, it's not because we think anyone's dumb. Like, absolutely not. It's because this is what we do for our job.
Yeah.
Like, we like try and figure out all of these things.
I wouldn't have known these things if I didn't do this for my job. So
absolutely.
It makes sense. But anyway, if there's any other tips that you want, any other like sort of systems or processes you want tips on, let us know.
So yeah, that is all of our updates. And now we're going to get on to the training app. So a couple of our customers have emailed us, had an email and then had a comment and then had a DM about it around this new training app that's on the market. I have seen it before, so has Keira. We kind of ignore ads on training apps because when we're on our personal accounts, we're like, please no work.
Honestly, also sometimes I've seen a training app come up and then I go into it and I'm like, what sort of AI generated training app is this? And honestly, sometimes I dismiss them.
So
to be honest,
we followed them. I sent them a message, haven't heard, but you sent them an email.
I sent them an email and I still haven't heard back from them because I asked to get on a call with them because I wanted to learn more about it. But at the moment, I've just been using it as a coach and as a user to see what it's like. And I have some pros and cons.
Yeah. So when we find out about new platforms on the market, we typically touch base with them, and it's the best way we're going to learn, and we learn all about them. And that typically means that when they have updates, they tell us first thing because they obviously want our customers to know.
Us,
So Keira fell in love with it.
Oh, yeah, I am a little bit in love with it. I would almost say it's low-key very similar to Everfit.
I'm just going to jump in here. If you are on Everfit, do not get shiny object syndrome.
No.
Just listen and don't
forget,
think you need to jump on another app.
There's some things that are pros and cons. Then there will be updates coming and whatever. But I would say like don't just jump ship because this one does a similar thing.
I do like the pricing structure.
Yes. Yeah. So the pricing is a big positive. I actually should bring up like the actual pricing.
Yeah.
But I would say that it is very competitive regarding Everfit and what it includes compared to Everfit as well. So, and the things that it does. So I'm just going to bring that up really, really quickly.
We notice a lot with training apps now that they obviously look at each other's training apps and then they build the interface based on a merge. I feel like the Hubfit interface is Kahuna's cross Everfit in one.
Yeah, I think they had a baby together.
Yeah.
So pricing wise, standard, this would be in USD by the way. Standard $39 a month and it's up to 50 clients.
Oh,
and
good.
Includes check-in system, workout builder, habit coaching, nutrition and macros, payments and packages, custom exercise library, vault and on-demand resources, meal AI and workout AI, and onboarding automations.
They definitely got the vault from Kahuna's.
Yeah, it's called the vault. I was like, oh.
That's rogue.
So really, really up to 50 clients.
I looked at your app and I copied it.
But like up to 50 clients for that. And also if you sign up annually, you get 2 months free.
Let's have a look. What's 39 USD to AUD?
It'd be
Let's
like
make
just
a bet.
under 80.
I'm going to go 65.
Nah, 70. $78 or something.
Okay, 39 USD to AED. 59.
Oh, what? Oh, man, I was like,
wow, our dollar's rising up.
Yeah.
We're not popping down here anymore.
Double. That's pretty good, actually. About time to book
that $60, it's like $1.
Wow.
$1.05.
And it includes all of that. And then when you go up to the next one, which is $59 a month, it includes everything else, but you also get custom branding, calendar automations, and Zapier integration included up to 100 clients.
Yeah, but with that, what's the branding look like? Is it Everfit or Kahuna's style? Like,
yeah. So you even get to change the name of the app too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So and what about integrations? Is it limited?
To what?
Like integrations.
With Zapier?
Yeah.
No, like you can connect like Google Forms, Jotform,
That's
like
good.
they have heaps. If you check out Zapier, like and Hubfit,
that's
heaps
definitely a gap and they've gone after
yeah,
it.
they have filled it, especially with that being included in and
Yeah.
not like an extra thing.
Yep.
Hi. And
what
then
about customer journey?
Yeah. So you can do like the whole onboarding flow.
Yeah.
There's no like auto flow like Everfit where you can't map out like the whole 12 weeks or however long you want it to be. So I would say that's probably missing a little bit. But you can do like full onboarding automation where you can send like onboarding automation is kind of just like applying habits, forms.
Okay, so
training programs
really
and stuff
similar
like
to Kahuna's.
Yeah, similar that way, but not like an auto flow like Everfit has.
Can you set up automatic check-in days and things like that?
Yep.
Wow, that's very similar to Kahuna's.
Yeah. It's like they literally Kahuna's and Everfit have had a baby.
Well, we don't know how long they've been around for, but yeah, we'd just compare the pair.
Yeah. Like I don't
same
know.
age, same income, same super contribution. Her fees are lower.
It's like compare the market. Simples.
Can you guys start with dinner all day?
Okay. And then you've got Ultimate, which is $99 a month, which is unlimited clients, and you get 10 team members. So you can have coaches in it. Yeah. And community groups.
How do these training apps make money?
I don't know.
That is nuts.
So $99 a month would be what, like 130 or something like that. And you can have 10 coaches under you.
That's insane.
In the same app. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
It just seems too cheap. Like,
oh, okay. So community groups isn't included until that. That's interesting.
I get really like, I can understand having a cheaper app, but when an app is really cheap, I start to question the quality of it. But I don't know anything about it. So
yeah. But okay, so let's go through some other things because I don't want people to get too excited about it either. But I will say some of the benefits. So like the recipe and meal plan builder, you can choose for a client to have multiple meal plans. So you can have like training day, rest day, macros only. Like you can put in multiple ones and the client can flick through the different ones and have meal plan options. So they can switch out like meal 1, meal 2 to have a secondary option in that meal plan, which is pretty cool. Zapier integration, obviously, which we've gone over. Advanced branding with being able to change the name of the app. Check-in forms, resources hub like the Vault. Onboarding flow, which you can set up like your forms, habits, training program, that sort of thing. So really, really good for subscription programs where it's just like they purchase, they go through it, everything's been given to them. The nutrition meal plans is like meal plans or macros, which is good because I know that Everfit doesn't have that. Packages, exercise library, you can add in your own, and it's got averages in the client profile as well. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Community page, but yeah, that's in the most expensive one, which I just realized too.
With the Vault, can you drip feed?
I don't think so. I think you just upload and give access. I don't think it's a drip feed.
I'm just going to quickly
I do not think because Kahuna's does that.
One of our customers that reach out to all followers, he said that they seem to be like moving really, really quickly,
like through their
suggestions. The community group looks like the Everfit group.
Yeah, it does.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I see now. I see what you mean.
With what?
The dashboard and that. It definitely looks very similar. Their check-in forms are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
It
It actually looks really cool. It's definitely like a mixture of the two, hey? Like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
it must also be easier to get a chronometer. Is it chronometer?
Chronometer. Yeah, I think they've got
licensed
less
than MFP.
licensing problems. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool. I love seeing a new app on the market.
I know. That's why I got so excited the other day.
Yeah. I would love, are you putting a training program on it and going through it as a client?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Guys, we're dedicated.
I'm like,
we're dedicated.
I have a training
okay?
program. I've got the forms. Like, I'm using it as a client. I'm having a look at what it's like. It's got the timer. Like, it's got, quite a few things as the user. Like, this is the dashboard. Obviously, you guys won't be able to see it.
It's actually nice and clean. It's not as aesthetically pleasing as the home girl.
But it doesn't have a calendar view for the client, which I'm a bit like, yeah. And then your training program, you just like flick through the days. Like, it doesn't seem like it comes up on like particular days, which I think is similar to Kahuna's. Okay. You don't like program it in the calendar kind of thing. But
that's pretty. I actually don't mind.
Not bad. Hey. Okay, let's go through a couple of things that it doesn't have though. So I know everybody on Trainerize loves their periodization blocks for training, and it doesn't have that. So you just like upload it and like however long they've got it for and whatever.
This is going to be a really, really dumb question. But every time you mention it, I'm like, what is it?
So training periodization is like when you program someone to be on a program for like X amount of time, and then you can view it, and then you can add in their next training block ahead of that, so you can see when they started, when they ended, and then plan in like their next one and like all
so basically
together.
Like you see the 6-week block and then you know.
Well, it's got like in Trainerize, it's got the block name. And then you've got like weeks 1 to 6, they're on this. Weeks 7 to 12, they're on this. Where in Everfit, they're on a program for X amount of time, and then they're on a new program, but you can't see they went from like this one to this one to.
So it's like a roadmap.
Yeah, kind of. It's like a planner of training and like how long they were in those training blocks for, and they went from this one to this one and blah, blah, blah.
Like, everyone mentions it to me and I'm like, if I say I don't know, I'm probably going to look like a fraud.
No. Why would you know?
I don't know. I just I know, guys.
Anyway, hopefully I explained that well.
I get it.
Okay, all right.
I get it.
I was like, and hopefully I explained that like correct enough.
I get it. If you call it a roadmap, I'll get it. But periodization, don't get
Layman's
it.
term. Doesn't have connection to MyFitnessPal, which is a biggie, but it's not like massive. There's ways around it.
They must be like, you know what I picture MyFitnessPal to be, and it's like
King of the castle.
I have a chair. It's like when you're in trouble and you're in detention, it's like, please.
Oh, that's so funny. They're just like, you can have access.
But no, you can't see the food.
You can only see macros, but not the diary. What? Oh, lol. Anyway, moving on. One thing that's so minor that I saw is in their forms, they don't have a multi-choice option to put in the form, which I thought was like...
Oh, that's a bit silly.
Okay, thank you. Because I was like, is this a big enough issue to bring up? I was like, it's so minor.
Like, you need to categorize your questions.
But what you can do is like, you can obviously just make it written of getting them to answer. But
yeah, but sometimes
you can't
clients,
tick boxes.
Sometimes, like, imagine.
They've got yes, no.
For example, what meals do you like on your meal plan? Can you imagine the foods that customers would write? Whereas if you've got a list of protein, you can see the check boxes.
Yeah. So they don't have a multi-choice form, like option on their form builder, but probably pretty minor. But anyway, they don't have an internal onboarding form yet.
The King of the Castle.
Sorry. I sent
There's a reason why we did it. The other day I sent Keira a video.
Honestly, I don't know why though, but I've just been quoting it so often, like to everything. I cannot stop saying in my household, wow, wow, we were. Like anytime anyone says, oh wow, I'm like, oh wow, wow, we were.
I've never seen it. I just know all the quotes from it.
Funny. I have some things like that.
I swear every training app episode
we have to move on. So no internal onboarding form yet, but they did give me a workaround, was that you can use the check-in form builder and assign it to them on their first day and then just delete it from reoccurring. And you can just make a check-in form that's an onboarding form, but it doesn't have signature or anything in it. But I asked them about it, and there is one that's due to be released in August or September for an onboarding form. So it's coming.
It's a good contingency though.
Yeah. Metric settings, you have to update each client manually with what metrics you want to collect from them. So at the moment, I think it's like weight and steps or something.
That's very similar to Everfit.
Yes, but in Everfit, you can go into your default settings and change the default settings, but there is an update coming to change this. So doesn't yet, but it is coming.
Because it's only a year old. Like the first post was July 2023.
Yeah. You can't currently, your clients can't upload videos or photos in the chat. So they can't send them, but they can upload photos from their profile section.
Yeah.
But they can't upload videos. Yep. The only place that they can upload photos into is in their check-in form. So or a video. So if you did put in your check-in form, upload any form videos, they can upload it in their check-in form, but they can't send you any videos just willy-nilly.
Yep.
But apparently there's a messaging volume 2 coming later in the year to allow for photos and videos.
Okay.
Yeah. So they've got a lot of stuff coming.
Yeah.
I feel like the dude that was in the chat was probably getting annoyed because I was sending so many messages so quickly and I just downloaded it. But it's because I know I'm looking for specific needs. The Vault resources, when you click on it, it opens up on an external browser.
Oh.
Yeah, which I thought was weird.
Does that take you out of app from
Yes.
Oh.
It took me to my internet browser, even though it's a PDF upload. I thought that was weird.
That's really weird. Because with training apps, you should aim to only open in the app itself, not take you out of the app.
So I thought that was weird, but probably pretty minor.
But in saying that, they have launched a lean model. So
I think so.
They've gone to the market with what they can.
I think things will be coming. And then, no, that was it because I had a note, but that wasn't actually a negative. I figured that out. I had that you couldn't do macros only, but you can. But yeah, so
can you do different macro days? So like
yeah. So I said you can do like a training day, off day, or macros only day, or whatever. If you had it would actually be really good if you did a meal plan and then you did a macros option. So if your client was just wanted to do their own, they could do their own and follow macros only, or they have a meal plan to choose from.
Yep.
But yeah, so overall,
good
I'm liking it.
I need to give you another app as well. I was just thinking about it. OneFit. We
Fit.
spoke about it last time, but we didn't end up looking it up. I know a couple coaches that are on it.
Okay. It was one. Oh,
but that's the recap on Hubfit.
Yes.
So it's looking pretty good for a new app, but definitely give it a little bit of development time.
Yeah, I think so. And if the things that I've spoken about that are negatives that don't bother you, definitely worth looking at. Or even if you wanted to get started on it, start building it out. And then by the time these updates come, you'd almost be ready to go. So,
absolutely.
Or if you want us to build it out for you, just come over onto the Business Moves program.
Exactly.
Or Business Moves Lite program.
Yeah.
Two options. Right? You're welcome. You're welcome.
Straight in there.
It's for me too. But yeah, so that's kind of our training app update and systems update a little bit and a new app update that we have come across and we're testing out currently.
Yeah, so we'll do these pretty frequently because apps just keep updating and we can't keep up. So we'll keep doing them frequently. But if you do have any requests, let us know.
Yeah, or questions about any apps because we love looking into what you guys are wondering and the pros and cons because I know you can get shiny object syndrome and then it not be what you're wanting it to be. So if you do have anything that you want us to review or what's it called when you – I can't think of the word. But anyway, audit.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Audit.
If you want us to audit an app and see if we think what's missing or if it's good or not.
Yeah. Just let us know because this is what we specialize in.
Comment.
We can definitely audit some apps.
You can leave comments on podcast episodes in Spotify now.
Yeah.
So leave us a comment
Tell
about
us the
anything.
app. Tell us the app you want us to look up.
Yeah.
Or Keira to look up and hyperfixate over.
Yeah.
But we'll call it here for this episode because there's no more updates, but we hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And we'll see you very soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.